Hello. Hello. This is Stephen from wonderful Wiltshire in England, and I'm now live. I've just been told by the Be Live studio that I'm broadcasting live. It is currently 15:17, so we're 7 minutes late. Unavoidable. I was putting the Christmas tree up. We decided that we get the Christmas tree. Christmas tree came from Lidl's, and today was the day to put the Christmas tree up. So that's what Angelica and I have been doing since lunch. And I'm glad to say the tree is up and fairly straight. Let's go over to Amazon Live and go live. So if you're watching on YouTube, I'd like to say thank you very much. If you're watching on Amazon Live, welcome to this live broadcast from Wiltshire in England with Stephen Healy. This is my weekly broadcast. We should be back to normal next week. The thing was that this week we had a change, and Angelica and I went to Bath Market, which is a German market which is held in Bath every year, and it's a great place to visit because you've got over 100 stalls selling items which to do with Christmas or not do with Christmas. I just want to check my studio and see that everything's working. Well, everything's working after a fashion. To everybody who's watching live on Amazon, thank you. You're watching Stephen live from wonderful Wiltshire in England. And I've just been talking about to the people on YouTube, just been talking about putting the Christmas tree up. And I'm glad to say that the Christmas tree is actually straight. Now, down the carousel, you'll find items that I use every day. And the first of those is the Elgato Wave 3, which is on 20% discount today. So there are still bargains to be had. I know Black Friday and Cyber Monday are history, but there are bargains to be had, and I'm just waiting to see if I've got connection. I think what I've done, I am live on Amazon. I know that, but I think I've made a mistake in setting this up because I used this studio earlier in the week, and I made an alteration. And I think I've keyed something in wrong because I don't have anything coming through from Amazon. Anyway, be it as it may, welcome. If you have any questions about live broadcasting, you're definitely in the right place. We're talking about cameras, we're talking about microphones, we're talking about green screens, and we're talking about the Elgato Stream Deck, which is over here. Everything, most of the things that I found this yesterday. I found myself a scanner, and I've got this wild idea. I'm actually going to program the barcode scanner. Oh, we're working. And just to prove that, show on screen. And where's Warren? Welcome. We are working. I didn't think we were working then, but we are. That's proof positive that it is working. And you're over on YouTube, you're watching me live. Thank you very much. It's just my connection with Amazon is not perfect today, and that's down to me. But next Tuesday, when I'm live at 10 past 3 in the UK, it'll be perfect. I can't stop the broadcast. I can't change the broadcast. Once you've started broadcasting, that's it. So I should do a test, I think, before we actually start going live next week. If you're watching on YouTube, you won't see the items that I'm talking about. But if you're watching on Amazon, the items are down in the carousels, and you can select an item, go off to the product page, find out more information, come back and ask questions. And I am here live from Wiltshire in England, and I will be able, hopefully, fingers crossed, to actually answer your questions. It's been, I don't know. Let's tell you a few stories. That's probably the best way to go. So I'm going to take myself off full screen and show you one or two things that I'm working on. I'm working on my own personal broadcasting toolkit, which is for anybody, for beginners, or if you're a seasoned broadcaster, then the broadcasting toolkit will help you, because we're talking about building your own personal video database. We're talking about creating topic video databases, how to personalize it, and how to interrogate it. So that's all part of what I'm doing in December and January. The other thing, of course, is that if you are a live broadcaster, now is the time to go live on TikTok. If you've never been live on TikTok, I'm here to help you, because there is a TikTok Live Studio, and TikTok Live Studio allows you to broadcast to TikTok 24/7. And I've been using it since January 3rd, and I've gone from 43 followers to 7,500. And I've had a whale of a time over there. There are more and more people actually watching. It is a very, well, I could say that well, I'm amazed. I want to say thank you for the like, and thank you to people actually watching me on Amazon. More and more people seem to be coming back to Amazon. Of course, it's that time of year when you're actually looking for gifts, and you may find gifts for yourself or gifts for other people down in the carousel. One of the gifts that you could find, I'm just going to go over here, and it happens to be 25% discount today, and that is a Garmin 255 Forerunner. That's it. And this is basically what I use to actually track my fitness. And the comment from Wes, and let's show that on screen. Nice kit. Thank you. So, thank you for the comment. This is the Garmin 255 down the carousel. It is today. Just a minute. I better get the price right. Oh, wow. It's 100. Wait a minute. Just a minute. I need my Garmin. I've got Garmin's galore, but I don't see my own Garmin in there. Never mind. Just a second. I'm just looking through everything I do have in the carousel. No. I need to switch my carousel as well. My Amazon setup at the moment is a work in progress. I'm going to sort of bend the truth a bit. I'm looking for a way to get ready for the new year and update the items that I'm talking about. And I've got to say thank you to the individual who's actually clicked the Samsung Galaxy S22, Samsung Galaxy Ultra, and that's responsible for the photographs I'm going to show you in a moment. The thing about a mobile camera, and I'll take that one as my featured item. I'll come back to the Garmin in a minute. It is a great time to be buying a new phone, and the Samsung Galaxy is my phone of choice, mobile phone, and there's one down in the carousel at the moment. Thank you, Trevor. We clicked it. If you have any questions about Samsung Galaxy phones, especially the Ultra, then please do ask. I'm more than happy to answer your questions. Okay, now the question that I'm battling with at the moment is this one, which is, can technology truly replace the creator in an AI world? And this is, the world has changed. Over the last 12 months, the world has changed beyond recognition as far as live is concerned, because AI has come to the front, and you've got ChatGPT, Gemini, DeepSeek, and Claude. And all those systems are capable of providing deep research. And that means that we have a world of knowledge at our fingertips, and we just need to sort of stand back and direct that knowledge, and not be, well, I spent 8 months using a system called HeyGen, and HeyGen is video avatars. And the thing is that I don't think at this moment in time that the host of a live broadcast can actually be replaced. Video avatars are good. If you put together a script for a video avatar, it will be read, and it'll be read perfectly. There'll be no ums and ahs, no hesitations, and it'll be word perfect. It will look good too, because the video avatar obviously is not a real person and has been designed by graphic artists and by AI, and they look perfect and they sound perfect. But I've got good news for live broadcasters everywhere, and I've been doing this for 8 to 10 months now, And people don't like perfect. We don't like perfect. We don't enjoy seeing perfection on live video. We want things to go slightly wrong. We want the broadcaster, the host of the show, to actually make mistakes because that shows that you're human. And it's human beings as show hosts, which is the future, not video AI. Video AI is I can't fault it in terms of well, just a minute. I've got a comment coming in. Just a minute. AI can't possibly do a worse job than the Vatican has. Right. I've shown that one, Wes. And now I'm going to have to do a double take on everything you post. And say hello to Skip. Perfection is the fastest way to detect an AI broadcast. That's true. That's true. The other thing, you basically, we don't like perfection, though. Yeah. Speaking of which, I'm looking forward to beta testing the new software with Skip and to seeing you on the platform. I'm hoping, I know Bob wants instant feedback at the moment. I'm hoping to fit in some instant feedback this weekend. So, and that comment, so both YouTube and Amazon are working. Absolutely brilliant. So, we're not going to be out of a job. Yeah, we can make mistakes. Video avatars don't. I can respond. I can read Skip's message out. Video avatars can't. I can read Wes's message out. Yeah. There isn't a system can do that. That's a manual thing. So the future for live broadcasters is secure. Okay. Now, that's not to say that we don't use AI behind the scenes. I've got a wonderful AI system called Recorder AI. And basically, I've broadcast for OneStream for 2 years on YouTube. And what I've done is taken all my YouTube videos and given the URL to Recorder.ai, and it reads the transcript of the video, which is brilliant. Because if you ask me about a video I did 2 years ago on camera confidence, then I can recall some of it, but I can't recall all of it. So Video AI takes the camera confidence video and it does a transcript of the whole broadcast. So it knows what I've said. I know what I've said now. It then does a detailed summary and a concise summary. And what I've done is repeated what I've done with the confidence video with 70 other videos. So I've now got a database of all the videos that I've done on YouTube for OnStream Live. Then I've got another database, which is all because I broadcast on TikTok. I broadcast on TikTok 3 times a week. And I've got all the TikTok videos, which I upload to YouTube, and then I tell Recall.ai about them. And just so you know what I'm talking about, if I go here and see if I can type something. Just a minute. It should come through in a second. We should be Recall.ai. Right, I'm racking up the things that I've got to improve before next week. I'll be back again. Recall.ai is the system I'm talking about. And basically what it does, it makes a database of your videos. It also accepts web pages. It also accepts things that we've written. And then basically, because it knows everything I've broadcast about in the last 3 years, I can say to it, right, okay, will you give me an agenda for a show about camera confidence? And within minutes, Recall.ai has come back with, it has come back with an agenda for a live broadcast. Okay, now that's where my interest in using AI in broadcasting came about, because I can ask it, and it's using my words, it's using my agendas, it's bringing all my videos together, creating agendas from what I've said. So when I ask it for an intro, it's doing the intro from what I've said. So I can basically use Recall.ai to do all the legwork for a broadcast. So AI does the legwork for a broadcast like this, and I just bring it together and I host it. But I'm real, and real scores over AI, video AI. Well, not just at the moment, for a long, long time, because we can respond quicker. If I see a comment coming in, then I can take the comment and I can respond a lot quicker. But there is something else which has found my fancy, because I love, as you've probably gathered by now, I love software. Okay, wait a minute, I misspelled that. Let's just go back a bit. Right, I've had Gmail for years, professional version, and I've recently become an affiliate for Google Workspace. And that just before that, I heard on the grapevine that NoteBookLM, Google NoteBookLM, I've typed the name in the comments, has taken off in a big way. It is now the research engine of choice for many people, for millions of people around the world are actually using NoteBookLM to do all their research. Because what you've got is you've got a receptacle, yeah, which will accept 50 lots of information. So 50 YouTube videos, 50 blog posts, and then it goes away, it does research. And it's like having a second brain, because it is so good. Now, if the only thing you give it is your content, it means everything that it does is based on what you've said. So I'm researching for a course at the moment, which is, as we've said, Stephen's Broadcasting Toolkit. And Google Notebook LM is part of that. It's a great part of that, because basically creating your personal video database I've talked about, creating a topic database I've talked about. I've got to give, because for investigation, you can't beat Notebook LM. One of my good friends started to promote a video system, and it was free. And for free, this company will store your video recordings. Now, the only place where you can store video recordings for free at the moment, which is reliable and fast, is YouTube. She is offering a system where your videos can be stored forever for free. And I thought, who can afford to store the world's videos for free? Okay, now there is some advertising involved, but the thing was that when you looked on Twitter, it had about 150 followers, and it wasn't much bigger on Facebook. And I thought, who are these people? So I put a link into Notebook LM, and I said basically, do a deep research on these people, and please look out for anybody who mentioning them. And it came back, and I managed to prove that the actual video company is owned by an existing company who built up a worldwide reputation. Why they should hide themselves, I don't know. Perhaps they're just putting the toe in the water just to find out. But if I hadn't had Notebook LM, I wouldn't have been able to make the connection between the two companies. And it's basically, oh wow, it's basically giving me belief in what my friend is doing. And I'm now going to upload my videos and see if they do store them for free. I don't have a link at the moment because I want to check it out. I don't want to tell you anything which may not work out. So once I've tested it and I've been able to replay my videos, I will come on here and I will tell you where you can store your recorded videos for free. Because now that Facebook is out of the game, Facebook only keep live video for 4 weeks. They keep recorded video for longer, but live video on Facebook is that's why I'm on TikTok. That's why I broadcast on TikTok. Not because because TikTok is brilliant. TikTok has millions of viewers, and a few thousand come and watch my live broadcasts every week. And it's just an atmosphere. The atmosphere there's no atmosphere on Facebook, and they delete your videos after 4 weeks. So Facebook for live broadcasters is a dead end. Okay, some people are starting on Substack. I hope that does take off. But my future is on TikTok. I do 3 shows a week on TikTok, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And that's what my live week revolves around. Now, I'm not reliant on any software to do that. What I can use is TikTok Live Studio, which is TikTok's own system. And it's the equivalent of BeLive, OneStream, Restream, StreamYard, and it just works. It is a desktop system, so you download it on Windows or Mac, and then you can use it to broadcast live to TikTok. And I've been using it since the 3rd of Jan this year, and it is absolutely perfect because the thing is, you need good internet. Okay, and first thing that the TikTok system does is to check your internet. And if your internet is not fast enough, it will put up a warning that says you may have problems broadcasting to TikTok. We've now got full fiber, so I don't have a problem on that score. But then it checks your camera and it checks your audio to make sure everything's working. So I cannot go live with the microphone switched off. I know my sound and video are working well. Right, then the live broadcast starts, and basically your live broadcast is monitored all the time. And if I were to put something in front of my face like this, then TikTok Live would notice it, and it would tell me a warning that my face is covered up and they can't see me. Right, over to Skip. And Skip is saying, bet they did it in a shell company to shield themselves from possible lawsuits. Well, that's possible. That's possible, Skip. Many AI engines are being sued by newspapers and publishers for copyright infringement. That is true. That is true. But 2 record companies have just signed a deal with an AI company. And the problem is that the percentage of the music that goes on Spotify is generated by AI. Now, we know that AI so far gets all its information from you and me and everybody else on the planet who actually does anything on social media, which is public. AI thinks that's fair game and it uses it to train its agents. I love the way they call them agents. It sounds like a spy thriller, doesn't it? But AI agents control everywhere. There are people who are trying to stop AI companies from using. You can't clone somebody's music, but you can recreate it. And there are battles going on. You're right, Skip. The battles going on all over the place, and it's difficult time for artists, for musicians, because your sound can be ripped off. Yeah. And then it takes years to go through courts. And by that time, the thing is, from a consumer's point of view, okay, if we're listening to music on Spotify and we're enjoying that music, if we know the band, all well and good. If we don't know the band, then if we're enjoying the music, that's enough for us. We don't need to know how the music was created. Okay, because we're enjoying it. And that, at the end of the day, music is separate from the written word, is separate from video. We can appreciate music, we can appreciate a sound, we can appreciate a rhythm, we can appreciate different genres. So we can go for folk or classical or rock or pop music. We can enjoy all those and not bat an eyelid when AI has been used. The artists, however, earn their money from royalties and do have a good case, which they would take up with Spotify and all the broadcasters, Apple Music, and anywhere music is broadcast, there could well be lawsuits to follow. But it takes so long to resolve that no immediate thing you can do. And there's so much content that could be taken down that the social media places just can't cope. Yeah, because it's all being flooded. As far as the written word is concerned, we do know when the written word is AI. When you see a long post on LinkedIn, of all places, it's 50-50 as to whether that has been written by a real person or by AI. Now, I've got to say, I'm going to say it now, just because you're here and you're watching live, AI bores the pants off me. Written AI. I don't want to read a story written by AI, which is year long. What I want to do is hear your thoughts, read your thoughts. I want blogging and articles to be a personal thing, where rather than getting something AI to write it, you write it. Okay, you could go to AI and say, write this in my style, but it's still not you. I'm a firm believer that you should put some of yourself into your work, and if you're asking people to take the time to read it, make sure it's original. This broadcast is original. Okay, it is me. I can say that it is currently 15:43 in the UK, which makes it 10:43 on the East Coast. So you are watching me live. Video avatar can't do that. Okay. So music, the fact is, I just remembered, because when you talk about something, things come back to you. Apparently, a survey was done, and they basically, in the survey, they said, could you tell us whether this music is written by people or AI? And the shocking thing is that when you're listening to music, 97% of us cannot identify whether it's AI or real people. 97% of us don't know the difference between an AI track and a real track. Over to Skip. Another strike against AI. Most AI can't handle human emotion in the voice. That currently is true. It's true. I mean, they have improved, but they're still not. I mean, I can go down to a whisper at drop of a hat, and I can shout, but I'm not going to. But I could go ever so quiet, and there's no voice control. Yeah, unless you'd have to. It would take longer to actually train a video avatar to create one video than it just do it yourself. Yeah, and that's another thing as well. So AI, it's going to happen. I mean, we can't. This is not. We can't be Luddites. We can't bury our heads in the sand. And I do keep track of everything that's happening on HeyGen and similar systems. But I'm not me. I'm not worried about being replaced. Certainly not next year. If I'm willing to eat my words, if this time next year you watch a 30-minute broadcast with my avatar, well, first of all, I guarantee you that's not going to happen. I'm not going to use an avatar on Amazon Live. Okay, could Amazon tell? That's a good question, because if I freeze my picture, my picture is now frozen. I've done that on purpose. It's not a camera freeze. It's not a system freeze. That's a me freeze. I press the button to do that. Could Amazon tell the difference between an avatar and a real live person? That's something to ponder as we head into the weekend. I've got to say, I'm just grateful to everybody who's watching me live today. This is the best reception I've had on Amazon for ages. And I want to say thank you to Skip, and if I scroll down, to Skip and to my friend on YouTube, who is Wes. So Skip and West, thank you for commenting. I've got to tell you a true story, and it's true everywhere. If you're watching a broadcast, a live broadcast, there are things that you can do to help the live broadcaster. You can play a part in the broadcast. You can be part of the broadcast. I'm going to carry on, and I'll come back to that. You can be part of the broadcast because you can get your comments shown on screen. Does TikTok Studio detect AI? I don't know. I haven't. Skip saying, does TikTok Studio detect AI versus human? I don't know. The thing. Right. Okay. It possibly can't. But the thing with TikTok, if you're uploading content, if it contains AI, you have to declare it as AI. There's a little tick box which says, does this involve AI? And you've got to be honest, because you have to be honest, because if you put a video up which is AI and you don't tick the box, and the system behind the scenes senses that it's AI and you haven't declared it, then you can lose your TikTok account. So hanging over you like the sword of Damocles is obey the rules or go. So it doesn't get the chance. I can put a pre-recorded video up there, and I always tick that AI was involved in making it because it's only fair. So yeah, that's a fair point. I don't know if it detects it or not. Yeah, I think it's based on honesty at the moment. Okay. Now I do want to apologise because I broadcast on TikTok 3 times a week, and I can't show comments in the studio. So I can't show skip comments. I can't show it in the studio. Okay, so I've been remiss earlier. Talked about the emotion. I read it. See, I was reading Skip's comments out, but I wasn't showing them on screen. So there's another comment coming from Skip right now. It's going to come in. That's true. They do. They do. It is policed because what they don't want. I mean, I just said LinkedIn. Over 50% of the content on LinkedIn, written content, is AI. And TikTok don't want to be a place for AI, which is fair. So you've got to self-certify, and you've got to say, okay, I created this with AI. Put my hands up. And I can see why they do it. And if you, as I say, quite simply, I mean, TikTok is so big that as an individual broadcaster, if you break the rules, that's it. You're out. Yeah. So it's not worth your while. If you're using AI, tick the box and then you can just forget it. Yeah. But TikTok is a brilliant place to actually broadcast live. And so, of course, is Amazon Live. Now, I need to get my act together because, well, you've watched the broadcast today and not everything's gone perfectly. And that's the joy of AI. Because, well, that's the joy of being human. People make mistakes. AI only makes mistakes if you let it. When I started using AI, video AI, true story, I used video AI from HeyGen. This is going back 9 months. And I created an avatar of myself. Now, to create a video avatar, it's simple and straightforward. You look straight at the camera and you do a recording for 2.5 minutes. And that gives the AI system enough information to be able to capture your image and your movements to create a copy of you, a clone of you. Then you can use that clone and it creates a voice at the same time. Now, as Skip mentioned earlier, a voice created by AI is monotone. Drones on. Yeah. So I took my beautiful video avatar and I gave it a script and it read it in the AI voice. I've only ever done that once, because when I put the resulting video on Facebook, everybody turned the other way and said, "It's AI, isn't it? Doesn't sound like you." From that moment, I knew that we don't want AI. We we can live without it. We do not live in an AI world yet. So bring this on screen. Let's just hide that and bring this on screen. And there it is. I'm going to take solo off and I'm going to hide that. I'm going to go side by side. No, side by side. Okay. So I started off by saying, can technology truly replace the creator in an AI world? That's the wrong question. Okay, because that question was put together by AI. The question should be, can AI replace people in an AI world? No, something. Anyway, I'm getting confused. Okay, to everybody who's watched live today, to Skip especially, to Wes, thank you for watching live. I'm back again next week. You'll find me on TikTok, and you'll find me on TikTok here. Just a minute. Let me just make sure I've typed it right. Okay, that'll do. Just wait for that to come through. I should get it through in my studio in a minute, unless it's broken. It's not. Okay, so you'll find me on TikTok, as Skip did, on Stephen Healy 22. So tiktok.com/Stephen Healy 22. My birthday is on the 22nd. And you'll be able to catch my show live on TikTok Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Most of the time it's at 10:10, just like this show today was at 10:10. I want to say a big thank you. Everybody, have a fantastic weekend. Take care, and I'll see you again. Goodbye for now. Skip, thanks. Catch you on the new site. Beta testing, alpha testing. Good fun. And thanks to Nancy for arranging it all.